Suarez on that capping goal in the cup. Take a look here.
Take a look on that left side. Reguilon and Vinicius, they're going to be bombing on that far side as you look at the substitutes. And is Isco in there? Yay!
So maybe an Isco appearance today. It could be his final. Gareth Bale, similar situation if you believe some of the reports. Sergio Ramos, who's been battling a hamstring that was aggravated in the cup match midweek, and Lionel Messi, who has been shut out in the Cup Clásicos, but still 26 goals in all of the Clasico competitions.
There was some concern about Sergio getting into the game today. It was an injury that has been carried, but he's good to go, and they'll need him.
There are the starting 4-3-3. Any surprises for you?
Now, it's got to be said, Sergio Roberto is the one that might raise a few eyebrows, Phil. There's certainly, when Semedo was alongside of Roberto on that flank, Vinicius was terrorizing that neighborhood and skinning all before him in a lot of ways. But there again, Sergio Roberto has been here a lot of times before. He gets the confident nod from Ernie Valverde.
And as you saw Mateo Laos in the VAR booth, could get a little animated there. It's Alberto Undena Mayenko with the whistle here today. Look at the veteran La Liga referee. We are underway at the Santiago Bernabeu. Sergio Busquets pushing forward immediately off the kick. Barcelona maybe trying to catch Real Madrid napping. 15-3-7 for the hosts. 17-6-2 for Barcelona, who start the day with a 9-point lead, which could be up to 12 or could be down to 6, depending if there's a victor here today. Phil Shane and Ray Hudson with you. Glad you could join us. So Jose Hernandez, Jaime Macias on our Spanish language side. Just click the SAP button, if you will. Rafa Varane with a little game of head tennis with Ousmane Dembele as they renew their rivalry just 3 days ago. A match that might have been the best of Real Madrid, at least the opening hour, and they still end up losing big to Barcelona.
Yeah, it was a strange, wild game, that Copa del Rey semi-final. Courtois makes his return, replacing Keylor Navas. We didn't have much chance with any of the goals, really, but it's good to see the big man back there for a lot of the Madrid men. But nice bright start here for Barcelona. Well challenged and well won, but he gets away.
Bale has the touch, but he claims off the arm of Piqué.
He passed it right into the area, and that's robbery there. It's wonderfully picked apart. Look
Visionary move by Modric. Ooh. He tackles Kroos, and that's going to be a caution in the opening 2 minutes.
Well, he gets away from him. Kroos, after he'd done a little bit of shielding on the ball, Busquets, but then he's off like a teenager on a hot rod, and he's just about to pull the trigger, and Busquets recognizes it. Handball that wasn't called. Wonderful position here. And 2 minutes in for Gareth Bale to light it up, but certainly the German World Cup winner alongside of him, Toni Kroos, will want to pop at this one as well. He's got that sort of powerful dynamic from this distance. He might actually prefer it a couple of more yards out, Gareth, to get that, just that little dip on it over distance as he strikes through it. A big moment for him. He silenced the whistles when he got introduced. He could become an instant hero here, but Tony says, I fancy this one myself.
3 in the window. Bale looking long, and he sends it all the way over the wall, over the bar, and as you can hear, a reaction from some of the Madrid faithful.
as I said, the technique's got to be really 100% spot on. Again, bad ball out of the back from Longley.
Real putting Barce under pressure. Longley a decision with Umtiti available, but I think that's probably more a bow to the fact that there's still a lot of rust to the French veteran defender in Umtiti.
Yeah.
Longley's done well deputizing in his absence.
He certainly has, Phil, in this another Clasico. And you look at the Copa del Rey game where his team were really stunned after that wonderful first half performance, and see how much they can bring a different tune to this dance here tonight. Every Clasico has its own personality and its character. This will be no different. There's no real form book, one after another, as it follows on, and it'll be as unpredictable as a wasp after a sip of Cuban coffee. And Messi will be one of the players who want to really step his form up. As sacrilegious as that may sound, he had a poor game in the first leg. Now the second leg of that Copa del Rey, strange, and yet 3-0 without an impressive performance from Messi. So what does that say?
Whistled for the handball there, and interesting, you can see here in the early minutes Santi Solari telling his team, as soon as Busquets gets it, close down. Here a turnover through for Suarez, just a little too much meat. Courtois passes it away, and it's out for the corner.
You're right, Phil. Just a little al dente there from Leo. He saw the run beautifully. Fly's eye vision as always. The great ball from Rakitic, and then he's surveying it. He's got a few options, but then the stab of Varane comes across. Such a player with great alacrity. Nicely.
Nice from Dembele.
And again,
Messi to Roberto. Busquets takes it out of the fire. Again, look how quickly, using Bale's speed, something you would not necessarily get with Lucas Vazquez. Long for, looked like Rakitic pulling forward, now knocked off of Suarez and out for the throw.
Suarez started out that Copa del Rey game in real good fettle for my money. And mentioned it a few times in the early going. You could tell he had his right football in boots on the right feet that day, and it wasn't just his goals, it was his movement. It was a big threat throughout the whole game.
He's been phenomenal against Real Madrid. Give you the specifics a bit later.
Nobody more of a threat throughout that entire game than Vinicius Jr. Absolutely wonderful, and yet the statistics will show he was very wasteful with his opportunities. 18-year-old, you can forgive him.
And again, that might be a bit deceptive. 6 shots, only 1 on target, but 3 of them were blocked, so who knows what would have happened.
As top-class, world-class footballer. It's just been called up by Tite as well for the Brazilian national team. So congratulations to the youngster.
Rakitic getting rid of it quickly. A little reminder that he's there from Casemiro.
His touches have been very nice as well, very sharp in the early going. Rakitic, well, it looks as if he's making the overtures to Barcelona that he wants to stay and doesn't want any of the Italian food yet. Well played.
Slip to the near side for Alba, poked away Carvajal. Arthur was not in the cup lineup, and been an interesting season for him. Looked to the manner born at the outset, but Arturo Vidal bided his time and gives a little more teeth to the midfield. But with his insertion today, and Sergio Roberto as well, it looks like they're looking for a point of the spear instead. Messi dribbles through the 2, but the ball rattled away. Vinicius. Piqué said he got the ball, and he'll lose the argument. Benzema rolls it back. Modric. What a quiet performance in that cup game midweek.
I thought he was nicely involved in that first half, Phil. Tony Kroos that came in for a lot of criticism, but really, first half they were moving it about at a greater pace than this. This is a little tentative in the opening exchanges by both teams, and Barcelona being caught in possession a number of times. Looks as if could do with a bit of a punch to the snooze button. Look out.
Tried to sneak it inside. Busquets tracking back. And Rakitic upended again. From a Real Madrid perspective, we were wondering which Real we would see. Nothing really dirty there, but both teams intense to start. Arthur patiently waiting. Rakitic, not so much. These two teams the best when it comes to first half performance.
Good control this.
Benzema rolls it wide of the far post.
Wonderful, magnetizing the ball like it's a ball bearing, this magnetic left foot of his. Beautiful ball into him. And take a look. Reguilon asks him, that's a wonderful first touch with his right. He drags it, he keeps on dragging it away from both Lenglet and Piqué. Does well. And tests tough angle for him to hit.
For Rakitic. Too soft. Sergio Roberto trying to keep it alive. Gets the cleats of Reguilon.
He's got a clear look at this square to him. And the problem is that Sergio Roberto is reaching in. And then once you're doing that, as he's playing it off, he's leaving himself very exposed. Having too hard by young Sergio.
And you think about this, even with a victory, unless it's a big one for Real Madrid, because of the 5-1 in their first meeting, almost like Barca has an extra point. So it would still be a 3-game gap with a victory and only 12 games left to go. Santi Solari was asked as here comes Alba on the overlap, slides it in for Varane to clear. What does his team have to prove today? And Solari said they need to prove their honor, their morale, and their pride in the shirt.
Constant overlap is always going to be there, supplied by Jordi Alba.
Oh. Chance here. Whoa. There seemed to be contact, but not much. Indiana Majenko not even thinking about a foul.
A great run into that box by Rakitic, and lovely feed again. Both teams jousting away there, and Convention is certainly rattling at the latch, but they cannot quite open the window of opportunity yet. Another little stab through to a ball that Vinicius kisses away with his great skill, awareness of the ex-Nancy man right there, and it's just a bit of a clumsy feat. He has that great ball played in by Otta to wonderful running Rakitic. This is a lovely area for the captain of Real Madrid to come swinging in on the vein. He'll have Varane behind him. Tony Kroos will have this one all day. He's sending off Bale. This will be a delivery in all likelihood, but he's got to be concerned. He cannot leave that line too quickly.
Kroos lofts. Ter Stegen stays on the post, headed back. Vinicius, quick enough. Deflected, turns, blasted off the head of Lenglet, and the rebound shot gathered by Ter Stegen. Lenglet still down. Dembele didn't know the ball was coming. I think Lenglet took that off his face, and he is still down. But maybe not, a little lower.
Well, either way, he really feels the full brunt of this. That's such a great ball in by Vinicius at first look, but then you look at it again and he's actually picking out his pass, and the Frenchman does brilliantly here and takes it fully in the solar plexus. That's a good hit, and good brave defending as well from his countryman, not turning away, letting it hit him. That's a wonderful block.
And if you saw the pictures of Rafa Varane after the cup match midweek, you see those bandages on his knee, and you know why, but it's not slowing him down. Don't forget the Ford beIN Sports Connect app, available free from your app store to watch this and many more shows and games available on beIN Sports, free and in full HD. Casemiro threads it through.
A lovely pass, the wide man's on, played.
Vinicius lets it run. Reguilon drives across.
Oh.
Longley reacts.
Unlucky not to hit the head of Vinicius there. A beautiful ball from Reguilon.
Advantage played, and Messi looking to take advantage. Just over Carvajal.
Phenomenal pass.
Dembele with the speed. A blind cross inside. Carvajal could have let it run.
In the blink of a bee's eye, Messi recognizes the run, but then the hard part comes to play it with the right weight and the right angle, the right trajectory, all the azimuth angles and everything else weighed up to perfection. Fabulous ball from Lionel.
Third corner for Barcelona. Courtois elects to drop back, but it's
going
cleared.
Back to that other situation with Varane, that ball that was picked out from Vinicius as well, Phil. There's a wonderful recognition immediately of the danger man. He didn't back away from the fact that it was a defender.
Top of the 18, and Suarez! And down quickly Courtois, but the offside flag comes up.
Well, there's no buts about it. This is world-class goalkeeping of the highest order from Thibaut Courtois. Take a look at this. There's a wonderful hesitation, a lovely pass played through, and yes, he's offside. But then it comes back to Suarez, and it is stung. And a brilliant save this time from Courtois. Haven't really seen it, and I hope we don't see it in slow motion, because he was jungle cat quick to get down to that. And won't buy into the argument that it doesn't matter. That's a big confidence booster for Courtois.
Again, setting Dembele off to the races. Tried to kiss it inside, but didn't catch it clean. Right, so much made about the height of keepers nowadays. 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", say some for Courtois, but that just means it takes a bit longer to get down. Not for the Belgian that time. Through for Bale. Ter Stegen was ready.
And the applause of him identifying the pass so quickly, immediately. Again, so much of his football and alphabet is beautifully in line. Once he starts putting it all together in the years to come here in La Liga Santander.
Wouldn't call it scrappy to start, but both teams are scraping and clawing whenever needed. Still no score. 17th minute, halfway done. Dembele. Messi's going to get there.
And Messi recognized it was going to pop away from the youngster.
Shin pads on the back of his calves. Deflected away. And Messi didn't flinch.
Oh, he never goes down, does he? We've seen it for years and years. Other players would be jumping as if they're bouncing up off a trampoline, but that was a real savage type of kick by Carvajal. I think he could get the ball cleanly and quickly, but Messi stepping in front of him, and as you say, taking a nasty machete down the back of his calf.
It's the fourth Clasico of the year. The record going back to 11, 12, 12, 13. 6 meetings each of those years. Back in the Mourinho Casillas days. Of course, we could have 6 if Barce can get past Lyon, Real past Ajax, and the ping pong balls bounce a certain way. A chance for Suarez, bundled over. No, says the ref. Poked free by Longley. And just behind Vinicius. Don't forget, we'd love to hear from you at BN Sports USA, at ESPN Sports. There you see the hashtags as fans in Toronto and Montreal are watching. Love to hear from you, plus also some watch parties this side of the parallel, Houston and LA. And regardless, wherever you're watching, we're glad you joined us on BN Sports.
Including all you Martians. Everybody tuning in to watch this.
You're big in Mars, I've heard. Messi. Oh, gets the touch.
Oh!
Suarez. Messi fights through. Messi cleared off the line by the lunging Varane.
Tremendous from Suarez here in the hold-up play, and just gets away from him, but he's still able to rein it in. Take a look. Again, Arthur asks Messi, can you dance? And he goes through the defenders here, and Suarez does brilliantly. He cannot pull it back for him at that acute angle, so he goes for the little rainbow over the top and just cannot get his gyroscopes adjusted quickly enough. But tremendous again from Suarez.
Piqué with that theme song of whistles from the Bernabeu crowd. Up to Busquets. Every time he touches it, they close in quickly. This time, the referee calls a foul.
Amazingly elusive, isn't he? That sort of physique and build. He's just very balletic in so much of his play.
Suarez off balance. Now he tries to close in.
Oh,
both teams with a high press.
Wonderful lob there by Gareth Bale, as he felt the pressure of Busquets and just arched his pass over.
Nice tackle, Piqué, and Vinicius takes the brunt.
Well, he's young. His bones are still bending.
Over to Carvajal. Wonder whether they can keep this intensity up. Already halfway through the opening half, and there's barely been a breather. Chips away from Casemiro. Suarez deflects it. Two captains closing in on Courtois' strong leg. And Benzema. He's gone a bit off the boil of late. Just one goal from the run of play his last 6 games. Busquets getting a chance. Pops up on Suarez. Alba keeps it in play. Big game here for Gareth Bale. And Vinicius, but again, Ter Stegen was ready.
A beautiful lead either way from Casemiro. He's set up a couple of real good passes through the back lines and through the midfield in the last game. Recognizing the wonderful electric run of Vinicius into that cow's field behind the back line. Here's a wonderful run from Messi. And back to Suarez, and then quickness. Sharp as vinegar off the mark, but he just cannot get away. Good sprawling by big Thibaut Courtois. Didn't give Leo too much to look at all.
Close. Delicately.
Magic!
Vinicius lifts and launches into the area. Left foot drop. Bends, turns, dishes.
Nicely!
Modric.
Oh!
And blocked by Piqué.
It's a fabulous football by Real Madrid here. Started way deep, Phil, and then it comes to Vinicius Jr., who's got a lot of selection ahead of him, and that kaleidoscopic vision of his takes it all into account. Skips the late fantastic, and he bursts down that left side, but once he got beyond Piqué, he had options right, left and centre, and he picked the right one out so quickly. Modric so unlucky. Again, well blocked in the end by Barcelona's defence. There was a fire in the basement there, and they got away with it. Nice ball.
Nice run. Dembele holds. Not sure if he meant to sweep it to the corner. Back for Alba.
Good hold-up play again by Benzema to set his teammate up. Luka Modric, once that window of opportunity just slammed itself right in front of Real Madrid. Gasps around the stadium looked as if it was certainly going to be rattled home.
See Rakitic sliding out to that right wing, allowing Messi to come inside. Reguilón says he got the ball. The referee says otherwise.
Here it is, this wonderful cutback. Benzema knows that that window closes quickly thanks to Busquets, but then he identifies Modric immediately. A wonderful pass.
Out wide, Sergio Roberto.
Again, Phil, the youthfulness of Vinicius, it defies the maturity of his selection. There's nothing rushed or haphazard about him, is there? He considers everything around him in that hurly-burly of all of the action and the runs going on around him. And he's travelling at pace, and all of the equations taken into account. A special footballer.
Nice control by Suarez there as he turns and wins a corner.
Yeah.
Fourth of the game.
Some great performances, man, right across both teams.
Suarez was a cast-off ready for the dustbin 2 games ago. And he's been solid in these 2 Clásicos so far. Cross to the edge of the 6. Reguilón. Oh, Suarez. Well, commentator's curse. Well, it is still scoreless, 25 minutes in. Let's head back down to the sidelines, and Gabi Amato is there. Real Madrid trying to focus on their young attacker.
And rightly so, Phil. Vinicius continues to be the spark at the Bernabeu. The Vinicius Jr. and Benzema connection that we've seen work so well under Santiago Solari is in full effect. The two are in constant contact, and Benzema is constantly correcting Vinicius' decisions as the game goes on.
Well, we still got another 20 minutes left in this half. Let's see how quickly the student learns. Messi off to Rakitic. Champing at the bit is Sergio Roberto. Returns it. Here's the Croatian midfielder. A delicate chip. And from the most unlikely of sources, Ivan Rakitic rockets Barcelona in front.
A wonderful pass here from Sergio Roberto. And all the critics now are shut up. It's a wonderful, brave attempt. He's pushing back Reguilón. Sergio Roberto. And Rakitic sees him. It's a ball out to him, and then he weighs it all up and delivers a lovely ball. Slide rule, red carpet pass by Sergio Roberto. Take a look. The two of them says, see you later, to Real Madrid's defense. And they are, well, there's no defense here. Gone missing like the kids in the Blair Witch Project again. Sergio Ramos comes to it, tries to get to him, but Rakitic with the give and go from Sergio Roberto, and then cool, like a bomb disposal expert, and chips over the top of Thibaut, who was left naked. Situation there for Sergio Roberto, pushed so high before he got the ball. It was that bravery run to push Reguilón back in a very advanced position. Here's a bounce back here.
Well, that's his 3rd goal of the year. Ball sails deflecting over Benzema. It's also his 3rd Clasico goal. The 2 prior, each coming in 3-2 Barcelona victories. Once in the Champions League and most recently in 2017 in League, and both at the Bernabeu. All the way across from Kroos, looking for the equalizer. Vinicius denied.
strike.
Alba all the way on the far side defending. The Suarez will have to cover, but no problem. Ter Stegen is there.
Just a little overhit. Moving ball. Well, the side everybody thought was going to be victimized in this game when they saw the lineup with Sergio Roberto and Rakitic. That combination has given Barcelona the lead.
Another chance touched away. Modric wide. Bale across. Up and wide.
What
Sergio
an
Roberto.
interception this is. Sergi again comes to the rescue. If he doesn't get a touch away from this, he's looking and loading to let his flamethrower towards Ter Stegen. But Roberto, right place, right time.
This will swing in towards Ter Stegen. Ramos making the near post run. Longley stays with him. Reguilon back to his stronger foot. Cleared by Piqué. One back. Nice defense close. Reguilon into the 18. A little contact after the ball had already started to trickle away. But now, what does Undiana Mayenko say? It had not crossed.
Reguilon may be a little fortunate here not to get a yellow card for simulation.
Is there contact? Is that enough?
Nothing there. Very soft. But Reguilon senses he may be getting something, and the challenge may be coming in a little heavier, but that's what they want. That's I call it simulation, trying to buy one from the referee. It was a wonderful run by young Reguilon.
Now there is video review, and they might decide that that was sufficient contact, but no signal yet from Undiana Mayenko as Ter Stegen puts it back in play. 15 minutes left in the opening half.
If they were going to give something like that for that little, Phil, I mean, players might not want to be able to blow their nose near an attacker inside the box. It's precious little. It was a great run.
Well, both Casemiro and Piqué have been rewarded in recent weeks here.
That left side of the pitch for Real Madrid with Reguilon has been pushing on forward, and maybe that's when Sergio Roberto saw that he's leaving the hole a little bit open and joined in towards that strike for goal from Rakitic.
Alba denied. Modric flying in, back across the middle, and Vinicius almost met it.
Tremendous play from Luka. That block tackle, the Croatian rode it like a bucking bronco and then gets to the end of it, and that was close to finding its target again.
Casemiro to the middle.
A good response by Real Madrid here, nicely.
Modric wide for Carvajal.
And credit Langley and Piqué, and they know it. They're giving a lot of applause for the teammates, and there's that block tackle slide, and he identifies it quickly. It takes that little ricochet, and that takes it away from Vinicius Jr.
Third straight corner for Real Madrid now. Close from the right side. Ter Stegen drops. Met on the volley, but whistles wide. Reguilon. Different from Marcelo, but he has the look of a Real Madrid fullback. Homegrown, although some rumors they might be trying to get Betis' Junior Firpo in the offseason. That left-back position also one that Barcelona reportedly interested in as they try and find a deputy or a backup perhaps to Jordi Alba. Cross for Piqué as the whistles resume. Suarez, good idea. And it skips away from Alba.
Beautiful play by Suarez, this in the hold-up, and then he'd already recognized where Jordi Alba was. A beautiful ball out to him.
Modric out to the other Croatian midfielder. Almost hits Messi in the fly.
Arta, magnificent again on the ball into even Rakitic. Arta so quick to identify it into Rakitic, and then this ball as Messi takes off. It's already beaten Casemiro, but that hop of the ball, wonderful attempt by Rakitic. You had to play that one that quickly to beat Casemiro.
What we've seen from Rakitic and Modric in this first half, easy to understand how Croatia made the World Cup final. Don't forget the South American Championship group stage underway. The Copa Libertadores starting Tuesday. And the big clubs jumping in like Boca and River, Peñarol and Liga, Cruzeiro, Inter, San Lorenzo, and many, many more starting Tuesday. The Copa Libertadores live and exclusively on beIN Sports.
The big clubs back in town for sure next week here on beIN Sports. River Plate, Boca Juniors.
That was the final last year, and much more excitement promised.
Lovely position here. Accuracy is everything. This man can deliver. Paint a beer into a thimble at the other end of the bar. The better look out, Barcelona.
Launching it for Benzema. Piqué clears, caressed by Casemiro. Arthur. Vinicius.
Messi wins it.
And for the Argentine. And calmly takes it out of the fire. Slight correction on the Rakitic goal. It is his second Clasico. His third goal against Real in that ICC match in Miami a couple of years ago. Here is
inside.
Dembele into the middle. Ramos.
Brilliant. Ramos covering on Messi there. Almost that one would have been number 2 for Barcelona. Great play by Ousmane Dembele again.
Appeals for a handball, not going to get it. Modric putting it on a platter, and Rakitic pays the price.
Well, the two World Cup finalists come together like two rams on the side of the mountain and lock horns. They both won it. This one goes in. Again, Rakitic, very brave. Not going to get that one as a handball. Comes onto the arm, I think.
Bang, bang.
Very close, yeah.
Fun first half. We've only got 9.5 left of regulation. Rakitic, who also scored in their World Cup run this summer against Turkey. Somewhat the unsung hero, both for club and country. And as you pointed out, Ray, a lot of reports that Barcelona trying to move him, especially with the signing of Frankie de Jong, but he's saying if it was up to him, he's going nowhere.
He's been in the wars in this opening 36 minutes, Rakitic. Plus, he's got a goal to his name.
Free kick, dead center. Now 27 yards out. Courtois with that slight lean to his left. And again, he's got the wingspan. Messi looking to clip the wings.
Getting closer. And this one was just 2 degrees of separation. It's a great effort. Swinging away, swinging down, but just not quick enough. Great effort.
Rich to the corner for Reguilon, but smart from Sergio Roberto. Both teams with World Cup winners out there as well. Dembele did not get off the bench Titi on the Barca bench was a starter alongside the Real Madrid counterpart, Rafa Varane. Alba. Nice from Casemiro, but only as far as Rakitic. Both teams more methodical in the build-up now. Wide for Alba. Almost, but Carvajal in the way. Swinging far side, Roberto. And maybe not as much defense from Sergi.
Oh, look out!
In for Suarez, down quickly, Courtois. Rebound in the 6, and he gobbles up the loose ball.
Just like Ter Stegen was having a man-of-the-match performance a few weeks ago, and Courtois comes to the rescue here again for Real Madrid. Real Madrid's heads haven't dropped. They've come out fighting, but this one, Varane is a step and a half away from Suarez. He makes an extra yard for himself, and he pummels this one. That's a great save by Courtois. Reading the direction of the ball almost as it's hit, and he's got to stretch fully as he dives and stoops to conquer. It's a great effort by Suarez and a magnificent save again from Courtois.
What a hit, and a hard hit there. Nothing compared to what you're going to see live from Chicago on Major League Wrestling Fusion tonight at 9, 6 Pacific. Tune in. I can only imagine Thibaut Courtois off the top rope. Here's Suarez, but Carvajal pounces.
Well, the Bulgarian wrestler Rusev is a big fan of Real Madrid. He'll be watching.
I can only imagine you two with deep dish in your favorite beverage. Speaking of top ropes, I think you might even let him have the remote control. Here's Dembele. One of the jokes about the young French attacker, he's so prolific with left or right. They say he's one-footed, they're just not sure which foot. Messi tripped up, advantage, but then Suarez asks for the foul, and now he's upset that he gets it.
He wanted the yellow card displayed as well. Oh, yeah.
And this is the calf, not the knee, which had been causing problems. The hamstring as well.
Really clever.
The dark arts.
Sergio Ramos, for sure, cannot run without his legs, and he goes down and milks his calf a little bit, but he knew exactly what he was doing.
A brush from Carvajal, but no foul there. And you see, Ramos did leave that leg trailing, but looked like he took a knee to the calf just to add to his woes.
Trying to suffer the criticism from the referee as well. If that should matter, it was real skullduggery by the captain, but he stopped Messi getting on the other end of it, so job done. However he did it illegally.
Courtois midway in his 6. Messi.
I don't know if this is a shave or a haircut from Leo, if it's a hit goal or a pass that's just gone into the funny house of mirrors.
Out on that far flank. On the far side, Vinicius. Longley rolls it all the way back, and by the way, Real Madrid already has their young Uruguayan midfielder Federico Valverde loosening up. Might be just to prepare for the second half. Kroos and Modric would be the two most likely to come out. There is Luka.
Nice lead.
Keeps it on the first floor. Vinicius on Roberto. Back to his right, lifts it, but never quite gets the bend.
Wonderful hesitation. Rakitic knows it, and then as he pulls to the right, he's got good targets on the inside and just cannot wrap his foot around it, as they say. This is the one that was earlier, and referee thought about it. I saw the referee's whistle come to his mouth, and that happened, but to play advantage, nothing gained.
Nice by Varane.
Gareth Bale being pretty inconspicuous in this game as well. Once more, it's Vinicius who's shimmering and shining.
Is that Real going to the left or Bale disappearing? Here he has a chance to pop up. Driving in
Space
Alba.
and options inside.
Takes it to the goal line, gets the cross. Flicked away by Piqué. Brings it back to his right. Longley now dives in the way. And Roberto surrenders the throw-in.
The direction of Vinicius' passes was right, and just not the weight on it. What a frustrating type of performance, and so applaudable in its own way, just not getting the ball to drop into that little window this time.
Vahal back to the middle, looking to meet it, but Modric's header goes high.
Carvajal, tremendous, and the ball to find. Danny Carvajal was absolutely wonderful. Tremendous pass here. Over that distance, pinpoint perfect. It's head tennis, but kind of directed underneath the crossbar. Yeah, it was good football. Expansive, accurate, finding the targets, but not finding the net.
Ray, to use the statistics to build on your point just a moment ago, no one has fewer touches in this game than Gareth Bale with 11. And Karim Benzema with only 13. They need to get them more involved. Trailing by a goal. Nice from Sergio. However, it might have been some post-touch contact with Messi. Forward for Bale, but intercepted by Alba.
Messi's not one to go down easy, and he's still down. He may have got either a hand in the eye or finger in the eye from Sergio Ramos, and that contact between the two of them is really close. But yeah,
it looks like he's called the half on that.
The forearm right through the face of Messi, so his eyes are okay, but that elbow really catches him on the run. As we'll look, not too much on that angle, but the first one you could see, yeah.
The two captains butting horns, and the promise of more to come. Barce by 1 on enemy ground at the half.
In the moments that matter, it won't let you down.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, we all just got new smartphones at Cricket. Hi. Hi. Hola. Hi. Okay, bye. Bye.
Every time a Friday feels like a family reunion. A Corona gets its line. Every time your favorite song
says, to some, it makes you travel the world, to risk your very own life, every single time. Knowing that making it to the checkered flag is not an end, it's the purpose. This is the constant chase to become something, to be the greatest you can be. To them, nothing is more exciting. A new season of the MotoGP World Championship will return. Starting in March on beIN Sports, the world-class sports network.
Welcome into your Express halftime show. Barcelona are 1-0 up at the Bernabeu against Real Madrid. Christian Vieri and Gary Bailey are with me, Kay Murray, to talk us through the first half highlights that we've seen so far. So let's not wait any longer. Let's get straight to them. Here they are, the two teams walking out onto the pitch. The Bernabeu needing something to smile about right now. Vinicius has done his best to do that, but Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez are always a danger, as we saw here in the 19th minute when the two combine and Messi almost scores.
There's a 1-2 with Messi and Suarez there. Suarez gives him a high ball. It wasn't easy to close the 1-2 there, but look at that. And then Messi had a pretty good chance here. Chipped the goalkeeper, but ball went out.
Vinicius had broken away here to set up this chance. Benzema puts it to Modric. It's blocked there by Piqué, and then the danger is cleared.
Yeah, one of the few positives for Real Madrid in that first half. And yeah, unlucky, blocked by Barcelona, but they need to do a lot more in the second half of that.
Especially after this move here. Sergi Roberto and Ivan Rakitic were combining here. And it's the Croatian who
This is a 1-2 that no one thought that the second ball of Sergio Roberto was going to put him, Rakitic, in front of the goals. We weren't even expecting that. He put him there, chips him, scores an amazing goal there.
It could have been worse if it weren't for Courtois saving first here from Suarez and then Messi.
Yeah, good double save, and he has had an excellent first half, the big Belgian. Look how easy it is for Suarez to turn and get a shot in. There's enough white shirts, but they're not doing their job. Well done, Courtois, with the second save.
Hay muchos tipos de orgullo. El de dejar a otro corredor comiendo polvo. O el de llevar la camiseta del equipo ganador. Y el de ser la compañía que construye desde hace un siglo las SUVs que a millones les da orgullo tener. Es el que les hace aplicarle esa capa extra de cera. Ese es el orgullo que entendemos. Si no, ¿por qué crees que llevan nuestro nombre?
Sweat! Dedication! Cupcakes!
I'm Michael Griffin.
I'm Brian Arakpo.
We played football together for the Titans.
Now, we own a cupcake shop. We bake, we decorate. I love this new Surface Pro. It's light, it's sleek, it's fast.
I'm able to draw what color frosting we want. We deal a lot with social media.
We have funny videos that we do in the bakery. There's nothing that you can't do on this device. Cupcakes are a great business.
Oh yeah, as long as you don't eat the profits.
Lowe's knows you'll do it right to save big on the floors you want. We do it right too, with exclusive options that are waterproof and easy to install, so you can get a better look at a better price. Get floor tiles starting at 49 cents. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's.
Support your favorite college at Fanatics.com. The largest assortment of officially licensed fan gear from more than 500 colleges. Every conference, every team. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com. Officially licensed everything.
Moving in together. It's a big step. Getting used to each other's idiosyncrasies. It's an adventure. A test. A test that Jeff failed miserably.
The spacious Volkswagen Tiguan. More room means more fun.
It's the debut of a champion and a duel of two soccer teams in a Wednesday night showdown you cannot miss. Alianza Lima versus River Plate on beIN Sports. Tomorrow, the best international soccer is here. Starting with Betis versus Getafe. Then, Real Sociedad versus Atlético Madrid. Later, Valencia versus Athletic Club. And ending with Super League, Erzurumspor versus Galatasaray. On beIN Sports.
Barcelona leading 1-0 at the half, but things starting to get ugly just before the half-time whistle went. This between the two captains, Sergio Ramos and Lionel Messi. Will have more reaction when we return on beIN Sports.
When a beauty named Margarita walked into a bar, Jose Cuervo mixed an icon in her honor. For over 220 years, Jose Cuervo Tradicional has been making history.
Talk to family back home with the new Boss Revolution app. Call, text, send, and share. Download the app and get $1 free for calling.
When a beauty named Margarita walked into a bar, Jose Cuervo mixed an icon in her honor. For over 220 years, Jose Cuervo Tradicional has been making history.
The Copa Libertadores, the most exciting tournament, is on beIN Sports. Ecuador's Liga de Quito welcomes the historic Peñarol of Uruguay. Thursday, live and exclusive on beIN Sports. Every place has a story to tell, and we are here to show it.
We've waited all winter for this.
beIN Sports, the world-class sports network.
Not even going to wait, we're going to get right into it.
Who's the favorite and give it? Telling point if Ajax.
Don't miss all the action tonight. Thank you so much for joining us on The Locker Room. One goal so far, and it's Ivan Rakitic with his name on the score sheet. Barca lead at the Bernabeu for the second time this week. Can the hosts turn it around? Find out when we come back.
College. I'll be 3 whole states away.
And Barcelona leading at the Bernabeu 1-0, and things starting to get ugly at the end of the first half. Sergio Ramos and Messi almost butting heads, and you have to say, Christian, the Real Madrid captain is probably going to have to be careful right now. Here's the Barcelona players talking to the referee at this point. You can see they're not happy.
Ramos has to be very, very careful. Because that might have even been a red card, what he did to Messi. But Ramos always does this. He's not new to doing these things there. He's losing the game, he's nervous, he knows that his team hasn't showed up tonight, and he's trying his dirty stuff.
Will Solari have had some choice words for his captain in the dressing room, Gary?
Yeah, he's going to tell them there's 45 seconds left to turn this around. Vinicius Jr. could be crucial for him. He'll be saying run at them, cause problems, be the player you were in the first half on Wednesday. Got to do something.
You know what Solari was just saying to Vinicius there?
Where do you want to go on holiday?
No, he just said, listen, just get the ball, don't give it to the other guys, do what you want.
Okay, we're going to give it to the other guys now, though. Phil Shane and Ray Hudson will pick it up from here.
Thank you very much, Kay. And here, ready for the second half. Barcelona and Messi trudging to the field, even rubbing that jaw almost as though to remind himself.
Well, he certainly took the elbow into the face. How much of an intention there was by Ramos depends on which side of the table you're at, either the Royal Whites or the Blaugrana. But either way, Messi's just had the gasoline thrown on his fire.
Just about ready for the second half. Second half about to get underway. Alberto Undermainco with the watch and whistle. And Real Madrid will start things out in white from the right to the left. And when you take a look, if you're Santiago Solari and you look at this opening half, if you look at the opening hour of their cup match midweek, if you weren't looking at the scoreboard, you have to feel pretty good.
Very even game, 54% possession for Barcelona, so Real Madrid certainly had a lot of the ball, and that's a good looks towards ter Stegen's goal. Piqué has been exceptional as well. Let's not forget.
Longley with the touch.
Longley has been reading a lot of good stuff, but Real Madrid definitely knocking on the door heavy.
Vinicius, Piqué in the way. Talked about history. Barcelona on track right now to be the first team in La Liga history to win 4 straight games against Real Madrid at the Santiago Bernabeu, but Real with pride on the line.
As I said, this man, you do not want to throw gasoline on a fire and get him mad, and he will make you suffer. We'll see how this plays out. It's a wonderful subplot now with Messi and that man, the captain, looking at each other with daggers in their eyes now. And something's got to give. And well played.
Wide on the far side. Dembele. Longley, Busquets, who had a bullseye on his back. Normally you see the opposition respect, in some ways Real respecting him by closing him down immediately.
So big field there ahead of Jordi Alba that Dembele could have played that ball through to, and tries to play it to his feet, cut out, and now Bale gets it.
And swings off to this near side. On the way, his 5th Clasico in league play. Real Madrid has lost all 4 of the prior ones. It was one of the rolls of the dice from Santiago Solari, starting the Welshman over Lucas Vazquez. Piqué stripped by Benzema. Reguilon, Vinicius, back to Karim.
Nicely.
Benzema wants it back, almost. 2 defenders poke it free.
It's a little unlucky that that one doesn't pop into his stride there. Benzema, nice give and go with Rakitic.
Vinicius against Sergio Roberto and has his pocket picked. Again poorly cleared, right to Vinicius. Cross out wide. The young left back Reguilon deflected. Ter Stegen can't keep it in. A corner for Real Madrid. 3-time European champions looking for an equalizer here. First 4 corners for the visitors, last 4 for the home side. Messi stretching that right knee. Launched across, Ter Stegen catches that one right on the kisser. Carvajal gets it back though. Launched in. Benzema bypasses the header and tries to guide it home.
No, it's not a fall into his head. This is fall into that left foot, and it turns into a jellyfish here. He's got the goalkeeper dead to rights. It's a brilliant lead ball. Offside anyhow, but that's a fish up a tree finish, and maybe that will sharpen him up the next time.
Groin pull, maybe not the knee. That's what he's trying to stretch out. They still have a few weeks to go before their second leg against Lyon. One of the hard parts for Real Madrid, in addition to 1 less day of rest with Barcelona heading into this 3-game set, they have Ajax in a crucial Champions League game coming up on Tuesday. So in many ways, Santi Solari's season decided in a week's time.
That Ajax team have got to be chasing the game as well, and saw how impressive they were in that first half against Real Madrid in Amsterdam. So certainly two crucial and goals away from home. Bringing it back to this place should be enough, but
Frankie de Jong could become a Barcelona hero before he even puts on a jersey. 50th minute. Piqué. Rakitic's goal in the first half, the only tally. He's Barca 6-1 on aggregate, by the way, for those of you keeping score at home. Valverde again, and it looks like he's done stretching. Dembele into the 18.
Oh, soft.
And you sense
he didn't look for Messi. It was instinctive pass, hoping that he's going to be able to pick it out. It didn't look like he lifted his head at all with that ball. It was a wonderful position for him. Messi was open.
And a sense if Messi did not have that groin pull, he still might have been able to get there.
Maybe.
Modric, good ball. Vinicius lets it run. Probing and poking at Sergio Roberto's side again. Rakitic over to double. Kroos, Benzema, nice tackle. Busquets trying to free Dembele, but Carvajal was ready. Heads it right back to Suarez, and the Pistolero into the 18. Left foot, can't get there. Courtois does. Keeps it alive, but Ramos there to sweep it away.
A brave bullying run by Suarez. Doesn't have many options on it all. Waiting for the cavalry to come in the shape of Leo, but not able to find him in the end. And again, Courtois doing a good job holding and hesitating as he picks his time to leave his lane, and he timed it to perfection by the looks of that. A great effort by Suarez. Isolated completely. Look out.
Dembele draws Carvajal, dishes for Alba. Messi at the top, cuts back to his right. Rakitic. Alba begging for the ball. Arthur sneaks it through. Roberto holds on. The goal scorer, and it gets away. Courtois looking on as we go back to the sidelines, and Gabi Amado this second half. Real Madrid trying to find a weakness, Gabi.
Yes, they are, and the Bernabeu is alive once again after that Benzema opportunity. Fede Valverde is getting ready to come on, leaving Asensio and Dani Ceballos still warming up, so changes to come for Los Blancos.
See how that one plays out. Reguilon off to Kroos, who might be the player coming out. The other possibility, but would not really imagine, would be maybe Casemiro as they go even more into an attack mode. Nice from Modric. Bale sweeps it across. Ter Stegen there. '54th minute, and this match brought to you in part by Geico. Barcelona could use some insurance, and Dembele looking to cash it in. On Carvajal. Fast footwork, but Casemiro uses his brain.
Well, that last supporting run by Messi, as if he was in pretty good shape. There's real concern about that old muscle, but he likes this space here. Vinicius
Loves to cut back to his right.
Nicely.
This time dishes. Reguilon fakes the shot, looking for Bale, and what a tackle by Alba.
He's reading the run as much as anything and getting on the right side of Gareth Bale there.
Benzema, Casemiro, ex-attacker in his youth, and he has scored 3 goals this season for Real. Back to the teenager. Around Rakitic. Past Busquets. Barca keeping those 4 tight. In and out the box. Reguilon. Vinicius. Appeals for a handball, but no. Busquets in good position. Suarez, and now the flag does come up. Handball against the Uruguayan. Valverde disagrees. 9 times he's faced Real Madrid in league. He scored 9 goals, 11 in all competitions. Rapidly climbing up the chart. It will be Toni Kroos who exits. Fede Valverde will come in. Fresh legs, Ray, or do you see something else?
Well, he's certainly got the ability to step in for Toni Kroos. Having a bit of a rough time the first game, but look out here.
Chance for Vinicius. He's all alone. Oh! One-handed save by Ter Stegen, who looked fooled.
Looked as if it was going to go in anyway off of his wrist, but he gets enough of a strong arm on it. Very, very fortunate there that that one doesn't just fade off of his wrist and into the net, but he read it well.
Dembele, the one-man release valve. Valverde, 20 years of age, out of Montevideo. Ex-Peñarol. That one.
Take a look at this. This is a strange sort of save. It's as if he's just palming it down. And there's that great run by Suarez, all isolated, chased by Varane. He can cheat on a gazelle, and that's a good save again from Courtois, leaving his lane just when he needed to, and that good agility from the big man. He's having a fine game today.
Courtois taken criticism, Ray, since he stepped in for Keylor Navas, but cannot blame him for the goal, and as you said, maybe one of his better performances.
Great ball.
Messi keeps it. Suarez trailing. Finds the run of Dembele, 1 foot down low, Courtois.
Easy pickings for the Belgian this time. Good hold-up play from Messi. A nice run from Dembele, but doesn't get quite the lift or the crack off of his, like a slap shot back to Courtois. The great ball from Busquets to set up Messi there. That line-breaking pass from this visionary.
Busquets, the high pressure starting to wane a bit from Real Madrid as we approach the hour mark. A pocket of space for Busquets. Suarez and Messi.
Clever.
Out wide to Alba. Varane coming over. Ball whistles just past the post.
Takes a touch on the way, I believe. Jordi Alba trying to find his late arriving targets and is a cat's whisker away from it. It's a beautiful tight play, and right there, this one would have been touched home by Dembele had Dani Carvajal not got an awkward touch. I don't think he means it to go out, but it just ricochets in between his legs and falls away from him. A wonderful build-up there from Barcelona, not just on the crossfield pass, but in those tight confines. They find each other beautifully and then open it up quickly.
Messi to Dembele, out for Roberto. Bypasses Messi to swing it to the middle. And now into the corner, and again Messi just seems a half step off. Real Madrid have not beaten Barcelona since April of 2016, nearly 3 years, when they had the comeback at the Camp Nou. Benzema, and then the late goal from Cristiano Ronaldo for the win. Real Madrid have not won at home against Barca since 2014. Seems strange. Here's Reguilón. Again, Piqué. Keeps it alive. Rakitic looking to pounce. Vinicius off the chest of Longley and wide.
Rakitic saying his apologies. The goal scorer becomes very close to being the GOAT here. Rakitic dillies, he dallies, and he smacks this one away into traffic. It falls to Vinicius, who catapults it, and he's unlucky again not to hit the target.
And Longley's chest getting a workout. Remember, he blocked Varane's volley in the first half.
He's fine.
Half hour left to go. A whistle inside, and the ball from the corner had curled across the end line, a wasted opportunity.
Rakitic really was very fortunate here. This is the end result. Vinicius puts Piqué down like a turtle, and it just strikes the Frenchman here from the Brazilian. Doesn't know anything about it. Barcelona very lucky not to see that one nestling in the back of the net. And again, this man hasn't had too much good fortune despite playing so well. That's a foul.
And that will be a card against Sergio Ramos. And he is gone for the next. Well, that might have been a little tame compared to what you'll see tonight. 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 Pacific. Major League Wrestling Fusion, live from Chicago on beIN Sports.
That quickness, the shifting of the ball in between the 2 feet.
Busquets for Barca, Real Madrid with Sergio Ramos. Let's go to the sideline as they bring in another change. Gabi Amato, what you got?
Gareth Bale is exiting the pitch to boos and whistles at the Santiago Bernabeu. Marco Asensio is coming on for Barcelona. Coutinho and Arturo Vidal are warming up, so we may see some changes for Valverde's side coming soon.
Well, 29 minutes and change left to go.
Another great opportunity for Gareth Bale to rise to the occasion. Did not.
This match brought to you in part by Boss Revolution. Busquets almost, but Ramos
defending by the captain again, tracking on his man, tracking on the pass. Beautiful delivery from Busquets.
And Ray, what is it about Gareth Bale? Just 14 touches on the day.
Yeah, it's one thing about having a poor game, missing chances, perhaps playing badly. But then there's another situation, Phil, that all professional footballers consider the worst insult of all is when you're anonymous. And that's what Bale was.
Dembele just over Longley, who clatters into Sergio Ramos, and a yellow card against the young Frenchman. No argument. Right, he's done so well. It was almost an anonymous pickup from Sevilla in the off-season. Ooh. But then when you consider the injury to Samuel Umtiti, how vital Clément Longley has been this year for Barcelona.
I remember picking him out in his first game when he played for Sevilla. He really was exceptional talent.
And
came on.
Still has not been capped by the full French team.
Yep.
Gives you an idea how deep they are. Piqué steps in, perfect timing. Here another one of those promising young Frenchmen. Dembele. Messi dropping a little deeper in the midfield. One touch, Rakitic, and Roberto reacts. As you heard, Coutinho loosening up. Normally that would be for Ousmane Dembele. I'm not sure you can take Dembele out right now. Arthur. Nice run, Messi, but the pass a bit behind. Nice from Reguilon, and it leads to this. Valverde. Enrico wide for Vinicius. 2 charging in back post. Trying to caress it through Piqué.
So unlucky, and again it's that man, Vinicius. If we say this again, he's got 2 great arriving runs in Asensio and Benzema. He goes for the nutmeg pass, and it ricochets off both legs.
Scooped forward. Vinicius had held his run, but not enough. Now Piqué seems to be walking a little gingerly.
Yeah, again, Luka finds him, and he's very, very close to being onside in my eyes there, Phil.
I think he was.
Yeah. Very tight call.
Real Madrid needs that flag to stay down. And normally the assistant referees are told to wait till the end of the play, but a moot point now. Isco loosening up. One joker left in Santi Solari's deck.
Call him an ace, personally.
Roberto. Busquets. Alba. A cautious foray forward. Off the head of Varane make that. Modric against Arthur. Barca defense dropping back, giving Valverde time. Another impressive performance. But nothing to show for it yet. Carvajal begging on that right side. Double team, drives it in. Asensio almost. Another nice tackle. Oh, coming over is Ramos, just in time.
Wonderful play from the captain. Again, sliding down because he knows he'll get that extra sliding trajectory on his physical challenge here. Leaves both of his feet. And Bob Beeman, the 70 Olympics there.
42nd Clasico appearance. Only Sanchez with more. Tying Xavi and Gento, and Messi just one Clasico behind. Quickly off to the races. Varane cutting it fine. Ramos directing traffic. Modric. And his national team teammate snuffs out the chance. Ernesto Valverde. Will he get the credit he deserves if Barca holds on here, Ray?
Modric. Certainly would hope so. The biggest plaudits would be starting this man up against Vinicius, and he stood up to him. He has been terrorized down that side, but that was the big question. And there's still too much time to be left, but he was a big part of this go-ahead, of course, in the setup for the go-ahead goal. And we're going to be defending this now.
The ex-Peñarol man launching it back post, cleared by Roberto. Dembele almost.
Good follow-up by Arthur. Can it find Leo?
Third try does free Messi. Sliding inside was Carvajal. Now to Suarez. And Barca with the goal lead can be patient.
Tremendous effort from Messi, identifying Suarez's placement, but then that amazing curving looping ball. Found him again.
Scoops it over. Messi on his left, right in front of a gapingly open net. Good ball from Suarez. The goal scorer eludes a tiring Casemiro. Arthur, another Valverde selection on the day. Back to the Brazilian. Rakitic. Messi's touch goes awry. 70th minute. Now Madrid fans starting to increase the intensity of the whistles. A chance in the middle for Suarez, but Dembele went for goal.
And he had Suarez running square to him, but he's brave, but he's not accurate enough. Got a great option here. Busquets starts it, Messi, amazing fly's eye vision, and there's the open netter. He's already got his focus locked on that back post, but it couldn't have been Courtois. Courtois' positioning, had that been on target, in all likelihood would have been slapped away. But there's art that comes out after a very, very good performance, very Xavi-esque. That's as high as a compliment as you can pay for the ex-Gremio youngster.
Arturo Vidal taking one Arthur off, sticking the king on. And can he continue this quest for the crown for Barcelona? Be a 12-point lead over Real Madrid, and would, for all intents and purposes, eliminate Real from the contention. Of course, Atletico in action tomorrow at La Real. Here's Benz. A goal for Real could change things quickly. Modric. Asensio. Too many defenders to beat. Take a look. No one in the area right now for Real. Vinicius from distance. Vinicius! And it just sails away.
He still gets plaudits for it. Lovely quick feet again. Nice touch. Settles himself. And that's an admirable effort in its failure. See the ball at the exquisite moment. Just stands up on the little golf tee. See you later, Casemiro. Messi says, and then this one flashes in between. The devil in a deep blue sea for Barcelona. Courtois and his defenders unable to see it just flash by, and Suarez unable to give it the tickle home.
Nearly a decade since Real Madrid have been shut out in back-to-back Clásicos. This Clasico brought to you in part by Personal Capital.
Sharp pass by Vidal, and he wants it back.
And he almost gets it back. Aguilon trying to burst along around Sergio Roberto.
Space again. There's the support.
Casemiro.
So wide. We've seen them rattle them home from that distance. Oh, what exactly Solari's complaining about there. Didn't have too much close to him on the inside, so he goes for gold. Just not able to power through the hit.
Suarez, no sign of those ailing knees there.
He's had a really good game, Phil. Keeping the line strong. And always giving the problems towards Varane and Ramos. Ooh.
Chance to the left foot, Vinicius. Flag stayed down, looked like it might have crossed, but Ter Stegen intercepts. Those whistles starting to pick up in intensity. No sign of any whirling hankies yet, but in some ways you kind of sense this week would determine the fate of Santiago Solari. And it looks like he's going to go to the forgotten man to see if he can rescue him. Ray, what is it about Isco that makes him such of an enigma?
Enigma? I have no idea what you mean as an enigma.
Some people see him as...
Some people. This is a man who has won everything virtually for Real Madrid and been a key component to it. No enigma. He's done it.
By the way, the fans kind of agree with you, Ray. That chant in the background is for Isco. Asensio. Valverde with space.
Good challenge here.
Reguilon. Vinicius has set up camp at the 9. Here's Benzema. Chips it across. No one making the run. Ballboy is on top of his game, but there will be a substitution here. And who will it be? Isco checking in. Casemiro checking out.
Pushing all the chips into the middle of the table now. Solari bringing in the little locksmith for the holding player, Casemiro. And Isco certainly got the ability to blow smoke through a keyhole if he gets the ball. So that invention comes to the front and up to Asensio and Benz and Vinicius to wriggle free. The bearded, bandy-legged little beauty will find you. Hasn't played for a long time though, Phil. How much rust is it going to be around him? He could be welcomed back in a thunderous way if he gets this equaliser and maybe more. He's a wonderful little artisan of a player, but as I said, not match fit.
Hasn't played since February 3rd in that victory against Alaves.
Yeah, a long time.
Valverde will slide into the hole in place of Casemiro. But as you said, Solari pushing all the chips to the center of the table. Isco. Modric.
Pushing up really high as well. This Real Madrid team now hoping for the counter-attack, so they better be careful. But they've got to be brave like
this. Good work,
this.
Asensio. Deflected across, and it takes it from Reguilon. And now Piqué, there was a collision. Asensio went flying. No call, says the referee. Isco. Stolen by Dembele. Suarez. Vidal. And Roberto.
Nice. Quality. Beautiful switch. Vidal's passes have been spot on.
Another chance for Usman. Valverde back in time. And you can see almost the disdain on Undiano as he waves it off. And the final substitution. Dembele will check in or check out, and it will be Philippe Coutinho checking in. And that's actually the second change for Ernesto Valverde.
Well, both locksmiths come off the bench. Let's see if either one has the required effect. Another magnificent footballer coming in, burgeoning talent as leg for leg goes out of the pitch. Well played by Dembele. In a tactical way on that left side.
Coutinho's
Jordi Alba not having the effect in the end, but was heavily involved.
Coutinho's old Internazionale of Porto Alegre will be in action, as you saw in the Copa Libertadores. Action starting on Tuesday. Rakitic in the 26th minute. The difference in this one. Vidal. And it does go off of Reguilon. Some fire and intensity to the Barcelona team right now when they need it most.
Quality as well, not just that. He's played some wonderful passes in short, tight areas. Vidal opened the game out when needed, and being combative as usual, as you say.
Coutinho. That speed down the line, not really his game, but he does also give them one more ball handler should they get possession back. Valverde. Vinicius. Reguilon stretching the line. 80th minute. Pops up on Isco. Handball, Vidal. Barcelona 10 minutes away from becoming the first team in La Liga history to win 4 straight here. Ter Stegen with the punch, the follow through, catching Ramos. Slow to his feet, but now back in position. Valverde. Long lay. Valverde into the back of Busquets, but the ball finds Barca. Messi stripped. Good from the young Uruguayan. Sergio Roberto. Courtois well out of his area. Now he'll be forced to scramble back.
Fabulous header.
Rakitic on the far side. Messi. Fancy footwork again. Coutinho can't duplicate it.
Well won.
Asensio to Vinicius. Back to Asensio. Ex-Mallorca youngster can't thread it through Piqué. Follow through from Asensio, takes down Busquets.
And good clean-up work by Vidal. Again, when the ball gets on the other side of him, his fresh legs make up and win the ball back for a split second for this. Well played, Vidal. As the challenge as Marc-Andre ter Stegen comes out with fists of fury. Doesn't get the cleanest hit on it, but gets enough just before he's making contact with the captain of Real Madrid. Nice run.
Bursting lung into the middle. Messi trying to make it work. Valverde poked free. Good work, Busquets. If you're at one of the watch parties in Canada, we're glad you joined us, both in Montreal and Toronto. I know the official Peña's involved there. We're glad you're watching.
It's a good game, eh?
Rattles around for Asensio.
Oh, nicely.
Piqué holding off Benzema, then tries to turn in the middle, dribbles across his goal. Shades of Stevie Hunt. And then grabbing hold.
There'll be a number of players up for man of the match in this game, but he has been absolutely tremendous in this match. He's risking a lot on this back line with Benzema and Vinicius in the end, but he does it his way. You get the corner and see if they can get out of this. It's turning into a real Lions Den and a wonderful finale to this Clasico.
Ripped all the way through, headed back by Isco. Diving header, Vidal. Stepping in, Modric.
Nicely.
Good run, Asensio, but what a tackle.
Numbers inside of the box as well. They're all lining up like a line of laundry for Real Madrid, but the quality of the pass, just not enough.
Messi trying to lift it past Valverde again in the way. Phenomenal off the bench. And then a gift as it goes into touch.
Took a war game.
There, look at our forward man of the match candidates. Casemiro and Vinicius. Rakitic and Dembele. At beIN Sports USA. Cast your vote. We'll announce the forward man of the match at the end of the game.
Great play by Sergio Roberto. This lovely little cool ball for Lionel to get onto. And they deal with it again in a way that's been a regular component of handling Messi. Cannot run without his legs, they figure. It's obviously the only way they've been able to really shackle him down. Oh, what a ball.
Good holding of the run by Roberto, and he's got a man charging in, but stepping in is Carvajal.
Tremendous play again, Sergio Roberto on this run. A wonderful finding of space and his quickness of thought and his quickness of feet. And a tremendous game. It was Messi at the end of that. It just gets away from him, and this is why.
Five-year-old Uliana Mayenko. Might be his final Clasico. Vidal.
Wonderful challenge.
Again, no Dembele. It's Suarez leading the line. And Barca will take its time getting this one back in play. 4 minutes plus added time remain. Don't forget the extra coming your way next to wrap up what has been a busy day. Saw Huesca with the upset over Sevilla, who dropped further off the pace, and Huesca closer to survival. And then here in the Clasico, Barca hamstringing Real Madrid and maybe making it a two-horse race. Here's the thoroughbred in Messi. Coutinho. Rakitic. And Courtois in good position. Vidal a little slow to get up. Benzema. Vinicius dragging Piqué away. Look at man of the match. I think the two Barca center backs could be up there, and Courtois keeping it close. Benzema, and there's Ter Stegen with another save. Didn't appear to be much, but Vidal grabbing his face. 88th minute. Trying to avoid another shutout. Would be their 10th, more than the last 2 years combined. Oh, nice from Vidal.
Good reach again. Busquets.
Nice from Modric.
Clear it. Nicely.
Flicked on, back post, it's Carvajal. Back to the middle, and Piqué to the rescue again.
Brilliant from Dani Carvajal. Wonderful pass, they're in.
Modric for Asensio. Long lay. Carvajal battling Alba. And the foul as Longley draws contact. Well, let's go back to the sideline as another card is out. Gabi Amato, the fans aren't too happy right now.
No, Phil, they are not. There's a huge sense of frustration at the Santiago Bernabeu. Some fans are already hitting the exit doors. Santiago Solari restless on the sideline, constantly fidgeting, and the whistles and boos are beginning to kick in the Spanish capital.
Piqué getting some treatment, Ray. These last two games, even heading into that match against Ajax, still to be determined. Anything to read into Santiago Solari's future?
He's not going to be the long-term answer for Real Madrid. I don't think anybody would have thought that the youth team coach would have assumed that position in the president's mind. But now it's looking that not just Copa del Rey is out of his reach, but if this score remains the same, La Liga will probably be dead and buried beyond even Real Madrid's reach. So it'll be the Champions League or bust for Solari, and we'll see how that develops. Three-time champions, you wouldn't back against them. But something's been a little bit off, unquestionably, as Semedo looks as if he's going to enter.
Long-time delegate Carlos Naval scribbling all the details down as Valverde looks to lock it up. All poked away. Eddie Valverde, no relation, doing a good job off the bench for Real. Can Isco make it pay? Benzema from an angle. Another corner for Real Madrid. 90th minute ticking to a close. How much time to be added? Can't imagine much more than 3. Ter Stegen in the center of his 6, and it is 3. Looking for the equalizer. Only as far as Carvajal. Back across. Ter Stegen drops. Sergio Roberto to Isco.
Nicely.
Vinicius tees, strikes, and Longley in the way. Asensio. Carvajal. Back to the top of the 6. It's Varane, but right to Ter Stegen.
Nice ball flighted up for both central defenders to come on and attack. That push would have probably been given anyhow had it been put away, I would think. But either way, beautiful supply from Danny. And again, Real Madrid just thereabouts, but just can't get that ball to drop through the hole.
Busquets will exit. Sergio Roberto will likely slide up a bit, but not too much, as Semedo slots in on the back line.
A wonderful performance for me. Started out a little rough around the edges, but then slowly started to link it all up, as always.
Extra coming up next to recap. The old axiom, never change your back lineup in a close game. Suarez. Only as far as Messi. He's got Coutinho. Philippe Coutinho drives, drags, and another stop by Courtois. But it would have come back anyway. Quickly restarted. Only a minute left for the equalizer. Asensio, but pressured into the turnover. Slotted around, and Alba in the corner. He's got Messi and Suarez inside, but he doesn't need them. It is Sergio Roberto stepping forward. Back for Coutinho. Barca playing a game of keep away at the moment.
Turns, look at Modric's knees, the water there.
Vidal for Messi! Oh, by inches.
Fabulous play from Coutinho. Here, setting up Vidal again. He's been absolutely radiant since he's entered the game, the Mohican. A wonderful supply again. He's covering this ground as the final seconds eke out. He's there again.
And Reguilon pays the price for that hard collision. Well, a goal separates them, Ray, but as the final whistle about to sound, what's been the biggest difference today?
Wonderful effort from Leo. It hasn't been quite his night again, but all over. I wonder what them two bearded beauties are saying to each other. Draws a smile from Leo.
And now things starting to bubble over. Reguilon not happy. Indiana Mayenko might just want to blow the whistle to take the pot off the boil. The goal from Rakitic, just his second official goal against Real Madrid, the difference. And for the second straight game, a good game for Real Madrid, but not good enough.
Yeah, very tense and tight game between two teams, and Real Madrid coming out missing that final touch, that little piece of quality to open up Barcelona right when they needed with the last pass. It was a consistent feature in this game. A lot of good movement, a lot of good players that are absolutely on the ball at the right time in the right place, but just not able to put the finishing note to it. And again, Barcelona ruthless with their chance that they created beautifully through Sergio Roberto. and Rakitic.
And that will do it. The final whistle from Alberto Undianamayenko. Barcelona wins at the Santiago Bernabeu. Real Madrid's winless streak at home against Barca stretches to 5.
And another good performance all round in the team. Swear, and man of the match is the goal scorer, the Croatian sensation, Rakitic. Look how high Sergio Roberto is. Plays an absolutely exquisite ball into stride, and then Rakitic knows where Ramos has been, knows that the goalkeeper's coming out sprawling, and goes with a beautiful touch that's as soft as the moonlight through the panes for man of the match, Rakitic.
So 6 straight without a win in Clásicos now, and Barca the first team in league history to win 4 straight at the Santiago Bernabeu. For Santiago Solari, a frustrating day. There was honor, there was pride, but no goals to show for it.
They certainly did step up into the challenge, but the quality of Barcelona shines through again under pressure. Another great performance from players who come in and not quite with the full confidence, but Sergio Roberto and Rakitic down that side took the full 3 points away from Barcelona, and this is the celebration going on, and they think they are horses in the stable, hosed and ready for the crown. Another one for Barcelona.
How was Spain? They go crazy for soccer, and you know what? It's totally contagious.